Welcome to Mishna, studying myself, Hallah, Perek Bet, Mishna, Dalit. Over here in this Mishna, we're going to speak about combining small amounts of dough. So over here, Ha'oseh Isato Kabim, if a person made his dough, Kabiyim, right? So over here, the way Hanabam explains it, this Kabiyim, right, is over here more than the measurement of Hallah, right? But the point over here is he made his dough in, smaller measurements, a little here, a little here, a little here, where if you combine them, it equals, what we're going to call kabiyim, which is more than the measurement of that's obligated in hallah. It seems to be that's the way Harambam explaining over here between the perush over here in this Mishnah and also the perush of Mishnah Vav, right, which is where he's more specific. And it's interesting because other Mufashim explain it very differently, but that's how Rambam explains it. So I say Isato Kabiyim, if a person made his dough Kabiyim, and over here in this Mishnah, between all the dough combined, there is more than Shiur Hallah, and they touched one another. Okay, so each one individually didn't have enough, but now they touched one another. Oh, so now we're going to say, okay, all those little pieces of dough touched, and now there's together more of a Shiur Hallah. So what are we going to say? Comes Tanakama, it says Pituri mina hallah an sheishochu, right? So the way Rambam explains is, let's say they touched each other. When you put in the oven, they started to touch, right? They touched a little bit, Okay, that's not considered anything, right? That's still not considered something that's one to be obligated to hallah. But once they're yishochu, right? Or yishochu over here is when you put them in the oven and when they like cling together, they stick together. Right, that's yishochu. Once that happens, okay, at this point we're going to say, okay, this is one batch, right? And this is one batch, and we need to go ahead and separate hallah from it. And Rabbi Eliezer Omer, right? Comes to Rabbi Eliezer and it says, forget about what we're talking about over here, sheishochu. Even if a person goes ahead and he takes the bread out of the oven, rodeh, when you say rodeh pat me'atanur, it's a verb for when you're taking out the bread of the oven, you scrape it off the sides and you take the bread out of the oven and you put it in your basket, right? That's enough. Even putting it in the basket, even though they're not, stuck together, you just put them in the same basket together, that's enough to obligate it in hallah. And if between all those little mini loaves of bread that are in the basket now, there's more than shi'ur hallah, than the measurement of hallah, which we'll see, right, is chameshet riva'im, right, 43.2 betzah of dough, right, then it's going to be obligated in hallah, and halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer, right? So even if you just put them in the basket together, that's enough to obligate it in hallah.